What is going on, y'all? Psych Perspectives, GeoFucks here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about something that I think should have been talked about a while ago. It needs to be discussed more and more and more, and I'm sure other people have made content, videos, podcasts discussing this, but let's talk about it. So we are being priced out of life. Again, everything has gone up. You know, materials, food, shelter, gas, utilities, you know, bills, responsibilities. Then you add in everything going up cost-wise, and then you also include inflation that's basically at 8.5%. And you have plane tickets that's $1,000 and up. And you know, cars costing $50,000 and $70,000. Your average American in the USA cannot afford a $70,000 vehicle, cannot afford to spend $1,000 on a plane ticket. Okay, so we're literally being priced out of life, and everybody's just kind of like, so many of us are just going with the flow. And there's no real conversation with these politicians, with these elected officials, to discuss what's going on. You know, and again, now they did extend the student loan forbearance to August of 2022. This is what? Their third time extending it? Their third or fourth time extending the forbearance? And it's almost like, okay, thank you, because again, many of us are not in the position to go back to paying student loans come May. Okay, because again, everything has gone up, but our wages and salaries. And then from the get-go, you have told everybody, we were literally sold propaganda on the importance of a college education and how that's going to lead to a good paying career. And we never had good paying careers. We never had good paying jobs. I'm here to vouch for that. I only had one good paying job, and the effed up part about that was it was $60,000 a year in 2018, but you were working 60 plus hours a week. So really wasn't a good job. You were literally working 20 plus hours extra a week and then had to travel all over the damn state. So you're wasting your gas, your wear and tear on your car, 20 plus hours extra every week to make 60,000, which after taxes is not 60,000, more like 45, 48,000. So it's really not awesome. You know, it wasn't really that good of a job looking back. But the point is how crazy everything has gone up. We're literally being priced out of life. You know, people are barely able to put gas in their tank. You have people that are literally siphoning, aka stealing gas from people's cars because they don't have gas and they can't afford $4 or more per gallon. So they straight up stealing gas. Then you have people, you know, are in dire needs, and people are doing whatever it takes to survive, to provide for themselves and their families. And there's no, like, is there any discussion about a stimulus check? Like, we haven't had a stimulus check in over a year. You feel me? It's been a year now since we've gotten a stimulus check. This would be the perfect time to implement a stimulus check, send out one. And, or if we're really going to be honest, this would be the perfect time to implement universal basic income. Because again, there's no discussion on wages and salaries being increased to match the cost of living and inflation increase. None of that is being discussed. We're still expected to pay bills and to live out here on the same damn shitty ass wages and salaries that we had before COVID-19, before the inflation. And nothing has changed. And they're just sitting up here like, well, you know, you'll get by. You know, it's a rough spot. You'll start seeing changes. You know, we got to give it time. Time comes, time passes, and guess what? Things have maintained the same. Something has to give. We cannot continue to have people sitting up here struggling the way they are. Again, how many of us will ever be able to go on a vacation out of the state, out of your current state? Hell, even in your state. By the time you calculate gas, transportation, food, lodging, where you gonna stay, where you going, what amenities or activities y'all are going to do, even within your city, even within your state, that is a costly feat. You're still going to be paying on average $500 to $1,000 just to go somewhere for the weekend. In many cases, especially if you have family, you got children, you got other people that you got to bring. So it's really shady and janky. Let alone you're trying to go out of the state. Even if you're driving your own vehicle, if gas is $4 or more a gallon, good luck on that. If you're trying to rent a vehicle, good luck on that. You know what I mean? Like, it's costly. So a lot of us won't be going on vacations. And then, okay, do you even have paid time off to even set aside time to go on a vacation? Like, in itself, vacationing and taking time off is a privilege. Being able to afford to go somewhere and have a good time on your time off vacation is a privilege. So it's really ridiculous. Like, we're all just basically working our lives away to go nowhere, to be stuck living check to check, to be stuck in debt. And our elected officials basically don't seem to give a damn, regardless if they're Republicans or Democrats. They just seem to only care about themselves, the rich, the wealthy, the corporations, the warmongering. And again, they can decide whenever that they're going to send millions and billions and trillions of our tax dollars to all of these other countries, all of these other places. They can allocate money so they can get raises, for the elected officials, but they can't allocate our money so we can benefit from our money. Isn't that something? I'm just putting it for what it is. And I'm going to end the video with saying this. Okay, you extended the student loan forbearance to August. If you're just going to keep extending and the economy for the everyday person on Main Street has yet to improve, wouldn't it just make sense to forgive the damn student loans? Because what's the point of constantly extending it and playing with people's emotions as if, well, in August, somehow we're all going to be making six figures and be able to pay that back? Again, I've had my first college degree come May of this year, next month, will be 10 years since my first 2 degrees. Okay, it'll be 8 years since my bachelor's. It'll be 5 years at the end of this month since my getting my master's. I've been working in my field basically for 8+ years. I have yet to see where I'm making a substantial amount of money that I'm able to take care of myself and pay my student loans off, and then also be able to help my family, be able to save for the future. I've never really had that. So it just cracks me up when they arbitrarily just decide, and we'll extend it for 4 more months for August, and then somehow in August, y'all gonna have the money. No, we still stuck in these low-wage, stagnant wages and salary jobs with no real opportunities for upward mobility. Outside of many of us having to switch careers, because that's where my head is at, and I will kind of document that. I am considering going into the tech field because, again, you see people making 6 figures from the comfort of their home remote while we're sitting up here driving into work to sit behind a computer to basically make $14.92 an hour with a master's degree. It's a slap in the face. So, and then there's no work-life balance. Right now, my mom has an appointment in basically an hour and a half, and I'm trying to figure out how is she going to get to the appointment because I have to be at work. And again, I'm not the only one. Millions of people in this country are dealing with the same thing. You got older family members, aging parents, children, responsibilities, and we're trying to figure out how we're going to make things work. And our employers, our elected officials, they don't give a damn. They are completely fine with you struggling every day. So anyways, we are being priced out of life. How are we going to make it?